Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Elizabeth. It's good to have you. Today I'm going to be working on some business merchandise orders. So I'll be creating these chapstick holders. If you'd like to see how I do that and watch me work, stay tuned. Voiceover time. I'm having to do a voiceover because while I was completing this order there was a lot of noise and music in the background. So here I am using my Epson EcoTank 2720, which I converted into a sublimation printer. I am printing the client's logo because they wanted their logo on the chapsticks. So here I have a tiny sheet of polyester fabric, which I'm going to be printing the logo on. So I'm just pressing this tiny piece of material to get the moisture out and to make it nice and flat. I've now put the sublimated sheet on top of the polyester fabric, and I'm pressing that for 1 minute, 200 degrees Celsius, and I taped it down really well so that it doesn't shift and I don't get any ghosting. So here you can see it came out really nice, very vibrant, but the material is quite thin, so I'm having to place some fusible interfacing on the back to make it more sturdy. So I'm just going to use a steam iron to press that fusible interfacing onto the back of the sublimated fabric, and now I am cutting those images into tiny pieces. So here I am using my hoop, which is the 140 by 200 millimeter hoop, and I'm using some cutaway stabilizer here. I digitized this design myself in Embroidery. It is drum tight. And you could just see me here, I'm just attaching my hoop onto my Janome 550 embroidery machine. So that first stitch was kind of a line that will help me to attach the little pockets at the back of the chapstick holders. So it's just done the placement, so I know where to put my faux leather. I'm using 3 different colors of faux leather for this order. And now that was the placement for my sublimation. So I just place each of those small pieces of sublimated fabric onto where my placement stitch was, and now it's going to do the tack down stitch. So it's done the tack down stitch, and I'm just cutting round that fabric as close to the tack down stitch as I can. So I have to be really careful here that I don't cut into the stitches. So after I cut round it, it's now going to do the satin stitch around that sublimation. Here it's just doing a placement for where I'm going to attach my snaps. So here are the back pieces, or the pockets of the chapstick holders, and it's cut to size already. So I'm just folding it here to get a kind of middle impression, and then I'm measuring about ½ an inch from the top, and I'm using a fabric pen to mark where my snap is going to go. I'm using these snaps which I got from Amazon. I will link these in the description box below. So for this chapstick holder, you need 2 flat pins, and you need a male and female part also. I like to attach the female part to the actual pocket. You don't have to, but this is what I like to do. So I'm just poking a hole using the awl. This awl came in the kit with the snaps. So I like to put the flat pin side on the wrong side of the fabric, so the wrong side of my faux leather, and then the female part on the right side of the faux leather. And I'm just making sure that I press down the faux leather properly so that I'm able to attach the female part. I'm using this clamping tool which also came in the kit, and I like to just press very gently and go round before I do a big press at the end, just so I know that it's secure. So I'm just attaching the snaps to the rest of the pockets. And here they are, all attached. Now here is my hoop, and I'll just show you that first initial stitch that we had, that line going across, is a guide so I know where to place my pockets. And what I'm going to do now is just extend it a little, because when I place the fabric on the back it covers most of that line, so I'm just extending it a little so I know where to put my pockets. I like to use some felt fabric. It just makes the chapstick holders look a lot more polished and nicer. So what I do is I put the felt on the back, and I also place the pockets on the back as well. And you can just see me taping that felt fabric down, and I'm just using masking tape. I haven't got any of the fancy embroidery tape. This works just as well because it's not as tacky as regular sellotape. And I just do it gently, and then what I do is I then flip over my hoop and then I press the tape down really well, because you don't want to do it at this point, because if you do, you could shift the stabilizer and your fabric, and then that will really mess up your design. So you can see here, this is the point where I press down on the tape, so I know that it's adhered to the stabilizer. Unfortunately, I had some technical difficulties, as you do, so you weren't able to see the completed white chapstick holders. My battery died on my camera and I didn't realize it had stopped recording. But this is another set of the chapsticks. So it's doing the placement, and you can see here where I placed, this is the red version now. So I've placed down my red faux leather. So it's basically the same thing repeated for all 3 colors. I have a video that shows more detail of how I place the pockets on the back and the felt. I will link it at the top here. So you see me using a pencil here to hold my sublimation down. You don't want to stick your fingers in the machine while it's stitching, so you don't stitch your fingers. So I always use the eraser side of a pencil to hold down any applique. If you are enjoying this video so far, or interested in what I do, my process and how I create things, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and click that bell notification so you know when I upload a new video. Typically I upload once a week on a Sunday. So here it's doing an outline stitch so that I know where to place my pockets. This part has already got the felt at the back and the pockets, and it's just doing a final stitch. And here is my third set, where I am using black faux leather. So the client wanted 3 different colors, so white, red and black. So now I'm just going to remove the masking tape off the back, and then I'm going to cut the individual chapsticks so it's easier for me to cut around each one. I'm leaving about a 2mm to 3mm edge, so I'm cutting around the stitch. I'm using very sharp scissors because you've got several layers, so you've got the faux leather, you've got the felt, and you've got two layers of faux leather, and you've got the felt, the stabilizer, so you need a good pair of scissors to cut around that. I now poke a hole through that placement for my snap, and this is rather tricky because you've got all those layers, so you really need to push really hard to make that hole. And now I'm going to place the pin side of my snap on the front of the chapstick holder, and then the male part on the inside. And I'm pressing down really hard because I'm using a snap that doesn't have a very long prong, but it works well. I know there are snaps that have longer prongs available, but this works for me, so I'm using it. So again, pressing gently before I do a big press at the end. There you go, big press. And it's attached. So I'm just going to quickly cut round all of these other ones, leaving that 2 to 3 mil edge. And what I also do, which you are not going to see in this video, is I use a lighter and I just go around the edge of the chapstick just to make it a lot more neater, burn off any kind of like loose stitching, and it just keeps everything nice and clean and precise. This faux leather that I'm using is from my local fabric store, but I know you can get faux leather in many different colours from Amazon. I'll also link that in the description box below. I'm using metal swivel clasp keychain hooks for the chapsticks, and these come in 6 different finishes. I'm going to link it in the description box below. It's from Amazon and it's 2.5 centimeters wide, so it's big enough for me to fit this design into it because it's got quite a wide bit at the top. They come in different sizes. These clasps just make it so that you can hang these off your bag or a lanyard. And here they are. I think they turned out really lovely.
So, if you found this video interesting or useful, please like and subscribe if you haven't yet done so, and hit that bell notification so you know when I've uploaded a new video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave it in the comment section below. And as always guys, don't have a good day, have an amazing day. See you soon. Bye.